What up, y'all? My name's Dez, aka FlippinBoards. I'm a deck collector. You know, it's a thing. My man over here, Marko, Jazbinsek.
Yep.
Professional skater, skate shop owner.
30 years in business.
30 years in the game, man.
That's right.
Legendary.
Back when 80 nose grind.
Burbank 8.
Yeah.
NBD.
Damn, claim me, yeah.
I'm claiming it.
That's what I'm claiming it.
Yeah.
And
That's a hard trick.
yeah, this is it. We're kicking it off, man, and we got the one right here. I'm gonna say it, man. You're an entrepreneur, right? He's a creative. He's like entrepreneur, creative.
Amazing skateboarder.
Your favorite skater's favorite skater.
Yeah. Crook nollie inward heel out.
Damn, that's like a random one.
Yeah.
That's like a random one.
On the butter bench, right in Venice.
Yeah.
Right?
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wallride Exclusives welcomes Chris Chann
Welcome, Chris.
Thank you guys.
to the game.
How are you? What you been up to?
Just getting my life together as usual. Yeah, I was in Mexico for a little bit, for the first Mexico City for the first time.
How was that?
They have a big ass pyramid out there. It's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
The third largest in the world.
Yeah.
It's like outside of the city, right? It's
A little bit. Yeah, like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it hikeable? Like, are you able to go up it?
Not anymore. Since
They're off
COVID,
that.
yeah. They used to be.
No more,
Mhm.
man.
It's crazy. The third largest is in Mexico, and the world's biggest pyramid is also in Mexico.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Cholula, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
it goes down in Mexico, man.
Yeah, they got some sick spots. Yeah, I've skated down there 3 times.
And that's where like wood is produced, right, for boards.
What is across the border in Tijuana?
In
Mexico,
TJ, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
right across the border. Yeah.
Let's get into your story, man.
Couple
Let's
decades,
hear about your story. Yeah, a couple decades. It
Yeah, a
feels
couple
like
decades.
Yeah.
yeah, because like YouTube, freaking what, 10 plus years?
About 10 years now, yeah. 11, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, when did you start skating?
I started skating in technically like 97.
Oh wow, okay.
97? Well,
For the
like
90s, yeah.
Yeah. Just
Fine.
just like
Young.
a plastic fake board. Second board was an X Games board.
Word.
You got any
Okay.
of those?
Dude, the X Games, the old ones.
Yeah, or any. I don't know.
I got some.
That-
Like,
okay, so
yeah,
they still
yeah,
make boards.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
sick.
Is that
Yeah.
like Walmart or skate shops?
It was. I don't. Yeah, it
Or
might have been
Big
like-
Five,
It might have been a
yeah.
Target or something. Probably.
Target, yeah.
But then my third was New York.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And New York was
That
like,
was my first official
Legendary brand.
yup.
board.
What size board do you skate?
Right now,
Right
I'm
now, yeah.
skating.
What's your setup?
Actually, right now I'm skating an 8.3.
8.3,
Everything feels
yeah.
heavy. I can't do any flip tricks, so I'm gonna size down. To,
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was an 8.2. Remember I brought it in last
Yeah.
time we measured
Yeah.
it. I was like, bro, what size board is this? But I think they measure it differently or something. So
Sometimes they also mess up. You know, you're supposed to like measure the board like very edge to edge. You know, like close your one eye and just go like edge to edge, or with a straight ruler,
Yeah.
like right underneath the nose,
Word.
at your widest location of the board.
yeah, I definitely can't
Yeah.
like nollie flip crook with an 8.3 or like nollie lay flip.
Yeah, it's
like,
too
those,
heavy,
Those
huh?
tricks don't work.
Yeah.
I can carve. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, 8.25. That's my size right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe it'll go lower and lower as I get weaker.
It's grown right over time.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
skate
went up. Yeah.
775.
Right.
775 was like
We're about the
shit.
same age.
That's what we
so that's
skated,
why I'm
right?
like, oh, remember back then when it was like anything eight and up was like, oh, what the hell?
Big boy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Girthy
What?
boy.
You wanted like 7. You wanted as small as thing you
7.5.
could get. Yeah,
7.5.
yeah.
Well, it was like this. In the 90s, we skated 7.5. And then the boards were getting wider and wider and wider. All the way to 8.5, 8.75,
Yeah.
even 9.0.
In
Now-
the early 2000s too? Or
Yeah, let's say like 10 years ago.
okay, yeah.
And now the trend, the size is coming back down
It's going
again.
back down.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, like Xander, you know, he went to 8.5.
Damn.
Now he's down
Going back
8.25.
down.
It's going back down.
Damn.
And then it's
I
like
just got
stopped
used to.
at 8.25.
Give
It
me
seems
a
like
6.8.
Or 8.0,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, you know, like I think Skate Mafia has that like little micro board.
Micro setup, yep.
Yeah, it's like a
Four.
no, it's like a 6. It's a
6 incher?
6 by 26 or something like that.
Yeah, they're doing some crazy stuff.
Dude, it's so
now.
People are getting buck on it.
Fucking nollie flip crooks, switch it
Yeah.
back to all that. People doing that.
Yeah.
It's-
So you're like 8.25 then?
8.25,
and
8.25,
wheels?
8.25.
What wheel size do you
Wheels, honestly, I just switch it. I like switch between like 51, 53.
skate? Okay. A little bit on the smaller side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like a tech-
me,
I
yeah,
like a
like a
tech
little tech. So you can like lock in.
Yeah,
Like
I like a
nines.
slidey wheel.
Yeah.
A 101, right? Is
Like
that-
a hard one, yeah.
Yeah.
The harder wheel slides better.
But jumping back to like when you were a kid, right? So okay, you had that the Zoo York, right? That was, so then you made that step. You were like, all right, it's time to like get serious, get real, or like at what point were you like, I could keep?
No, that was a gift. That board was a gift from my uncle, but he knew we were getting into skating, I think.
Yeah.
And then I think what really got me into I used to collect World Industry stickers.
Yep.
I never collected anything in my life, but World Industry
Okay.
stickers,
Boom.
I did collect.
Yeah.
Sick.
Wet Willie was the shit.
Yes.
On boards
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
Flame Boy Wet
Of course.
Willie. That's what really pulled me into skating, I think. And then I had a huge gap from playing like online computer, like just like
Video games?
games for a long time.
Yeah.
Then I got back into it in high school, and I think what did I buy?
Wait, what games though?
The pretty nerdy game.
No, give it to me, man. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a card game. It's not
Okay,
an
that's
online
what's up.
game, but like
Yeah.
I don't know if you're talking RuneScape.
Like
if
yeah,
you're talking,
MMORPGs, yeah, Counter Strike, RuneScape.
Oh come on, Counter Strike
Yeah.
is.
I played like a bunch of different medieval fucking.
Man. Hell yeah.
There's one called like Night Online World, Last Chaos. There's so many.
Yeah.
RuneScape was a big one. That was
Word.
a big part of my life.
The reason why I bring that up is like we're gonna, you know, I collect decks, so I'm all about like graphics and learning about that. But
Yeah.
like it really comes down to nostalgia. So I'm already hearing like you're like, oh, I like World, and that got me into this. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
boom, we know that, we share that connection because it's the nostalgia. But then you're talking about, I mean, you know, all the MMRs and all that. It's like, dude, that on a graphic, and then you know, so that's what people ask me. Why do you collect? Just if anyone knows, you know, got quite a few. I think you were asking how many boards, you know, like 3,000 boards, you know, and so
Yeah.
it's like, but every board tells a story, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into that in a little bit, talk about your projects and stuff, but yeah, man, that's why I asked about the games. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
like,
man.
people jump over stuff like
on
that,
a
but that's
side
what,
note-
it stays in your head.
I have this theory that, like, video games now, it's like maybe one of the reasons why skateboarding is dipping, because all these kids are like playing video games. Like my daughter, for example, you know,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you want to go to the skate park? And then she's glued to the screen playing video games.
I'll play some
You know what I mean?
Crossing.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like we have like the COVID hangover and all that, but like the video games, like, you know,
That's the
taking
competition.
the yes,
Right.
it's really
I mean, that
like
did to me, that-
could be number one or number two competition to
Yeah,
skateboarding.
it took over my life.
Yeah.
like in a good way though. I was like, it was the best, some of the best years of my life.
Right. You're playing a lot of video games,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were like,
Actually, that's what got me back into skating. Because
Video games?
because of the.
Oh, really?
Because I was playing the
Oh,
wood
wow.
skate, I would set it to like chop wood, and your character just does it for like a minute or something.
Yeah.
And then I was watching tutorials on YouTube, like skate tutorials to like get back into it. Stefan Janowski, how to try flip tutorials, scoop flip, shut up. And then I would go in my backyard and try tricks while the game was playing, and then just go back and forth.
Oh, okay. So, you got
so
you
now
skating.
but you're talking about YouTube. So now we're like 2006.
That's exactly when I started.
Right.
Got back into it.
Word.
2006.
Word.
Literally, yeah.
And Marko, by the
And
way,
it-
see the games got him away
Back
from the
into
board, but they
skating.
got him back. So
Good.
Got me
your
back into it.
your
Yeah,
theory
yeah.
about like
So-
games are keeping people from skating, but it's gonna bring them back to.
So-
But that's a very
Yeah,
specific
so-
example.
Right.
Where was this? Yeah, where are you from? Where you grew up?
Grew up
In LA?
here in LA, yeah.
Yeah.
Echo Park.
What was your local skate park?
Kaiser Permanente. Oh no, Kaiser Permanente was not my skate park. That's
Yeah.
where I was born. My local skate park, Lake Street.
Lake Street? Okay.
First skate park that I.
Cool.
When I got back into the
It's a
skating.
dope park, yeah.
But Echo Park back in the day, like
Yeah.
wasn't Echo Park like it is today.
No?
So no, man.
It was crazy.
Different? It's crazy.
It was like
Yeah.
your board's stolen.
Even now,
It's yours.
even like it's pretty safe now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But walking around at night in like an empty neighborhood, I'd still be a little bit sketched out. Probably.
Yeah.
If we're skating in Echo Park, nobody's really messing with skaters.
For the most part,
right?
yeah.
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 Dude,
It's
have
never
you,
having problems like
Lobster
anywhere
Hills though in
in the
Echo
city.
Park because they got
Dude, I grew up next to the Baxter Street, so I was like waiting my whole life for someone to do it. You know?
Yeah.
And my friend went down on a bike, and I thought that was crazy.
you never were like I'm gonna do this.
Fuck no, dude. No, I was never that suicidal.
So when did you get like serious with like the tricks and stuff? Like, you know, trying
You know what?
all the technical tricks.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I didn't
Like
like
from the beginning, or
I didn't watch like that many
No?
traditional skate videos when I started. So when I was skating and learning
No.
tricks, I thought I was like being really innovative and shit. Like
Mhm.
even when I learned hard flip, I thought like, oh, they only do that in the video games. Like I'm special, you know. But like
it's a hard trick.
I just was so
Hard flip.
I just wasn't. I was just watching
It's-
YouTube videos, you know. So
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. And then I learned like dolphin flip, and I was like, whoa, I learned the actual cool trick. And then like, I think that false sense of like confidence kept me going.
Is this like middle school?
High school. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freshman year of high school was when I like started really getting into it. In middle school, I could do like a shove it and an ollie, but I wasn't. It was more casual. Like me and the neighbors would like play soccer, like scooter, bike, everything.
Yeah.
It was like rocket power.
Right.
Yeah. But in high school, like, yeah, I remember one of my friends showed me a YouTube video of like that Chris Cole versus Alex Mizarov game of skate, and that got me into skating. That video single-handedly got me into skating.
I remember when I saw you skating pedalo, like you were doing some like really technical tricks, like nollie backside 180, switch 5-0 or something like that. Like
I saw
like some Yuto tricks.
Oh, I saw Mark Sushi do that.
Pre-Yuto era, like you were like doing some crazy stuff. That's dope.
Pedalo. Yeah, so me and Marko,
Pedalo sessions,
me and Marko used to skate at Pedalo when I was going to CSUN.
Yeah.
Studying there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it just because I went to school across the street from Pedalo.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I went to Birmingham High School with Stevie Perez.
Oh,
so like we had that whole like 10th grade English class together. He's like, hey, come on, let's go to Pedalo after. So I thought Pedalo was dope because I'm like, he's dope. He's a dope skater, and I don't know what the rep is on like Pedalo now, but
I
like
think it's the first skate park in the valley.
Yeah,
right.
It was like back then. It was like
cement park, I think.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because
when they only had the street section.
Okay.
Like only half of the park.
So I went to an event there.
I think.
In the 2000 or 90s. I think it was year 2000, 2001 maybe. It was a City Stars event.
What?
And it was P-Rod, Kareem Campbell.
No way.
And I have a signed, I have a signed poster from Kareem Campbell, and that's like collecting things.
Yes.
That's the one thing that I've kept my whole life.
Wow.
Like that I brought that to every show and tell.
Yeah.
I always show my friends like,
so dope.
Yeah. And then I met him one time at a Red Bull event, and I was like, but I was gonna tell him, and I was like, too nervous.
Yeah.
Shout out to Remo, man.
Legend, yep.
That was a crazy event, man. I just remember he was holding his wrist up like this because he had a fucking crazy big ass expensive watch.
Yeah.
And I think because he didn't want like one of the kids to like snap it. He was just getting
Watch the
mauled.
merch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he had his fist in the air, so it was like, damn, even cooler.
I think P-Rod was like 15 at that time.
Did you see
16?
Spanky dropped the collab board, Baker City
Oh yeah,
Stars?
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty dope.
Which is dope, man. He's paying homage because I think he was either on City Stars.
He was
or
on City
Float
Stars
for them.
No way.
Yeah, amateur.
Yeah. Because at first when we saw the board, I was like, what? The star's there, you know, the star. It's like Spanky, and then the A is the star, and you're like
brand logo with the City Stars.
Right.
Star.
That's like
It's one of the letters.
the most random but coolest collab.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
So
I'm sure it did well. The drop did well.
What were you skating then in high school? Because you said you had the Zoo York board, which was gifted to you. So when you can finally like, hey, I want to be able to decide and choose my own board, do you have any memories of like some of the go-to
Man, I mean, I skated. What was it? I skated. Honestly, my favorite skate company at that time was Plan B. I think it was everyone's though.
Plan B, yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Danny Way, Colin McKay.
Well, for me,
P-Rod was still on it, right?
Yeah. P-Rod. Yeah. For me, it was because of Alex Mizarov though.
Oh yeah.
That's why. And he was
That's fly ground, huh?
Yeah,
that guy's
No,
Yeah.
he
crazy
was,
fly
I don't
ground.
even.
I mean, everything, style.
Yeah.
design, just tech.
He's out of Europe.
Like he wasn't even fully on, but that's the reason why
Right.
I bought so many of their boards.
Yeah.
I want Plan B to know that.
Yeah. No.
I bought so much of their merch and clothes and boards because of Alex,
Yeah.
but he never was on, and that bummed me out as a kid so much.
Yeah. I think he lives in Dubai now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk to him or?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stayed at my house.
He's from like Germany, and then he moved to Dubai, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's dope about that, like to flip it, is like
Yeah.
you don't have to be pro by definition, right? To have that impact on someone and stoke them out and be like, hey, I'm skating, I'm riding, I'm supporting this brand because of that. And so he might have already been innovating without even knowing it. Like, damn, like.
I remember he posted a photo on MySpace, and it was like what I take with me on my trip. And I remember just seeing everything. I'm like, oh my god, I want. Like he had like a PSP, like all his hats, you know. And I was like, dude, I want that hat. I want that hoodie. I want all the shit that my favorite skaters repping, you know, just to just a copy. Of
Yeah, he's really clean with all his tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Seva too. You know?
Oh, Seva is
Yeah, dude.
on point.
He'd always wear this like green
Yeah.
LRG hoodie, and I just wanted them.
Was there a moment
Yeah.
when you were like, damn, I'm really like progressing here? Like, you know, because I mean, I feel like, again, guys, my background is basketball, and I did hit a point in high school, and I was like, all right, if I want to be good at this, I really have to do this like every day, hours and hours and hours, think about it almost every other second, you know. And then I had to stop going to practice on a skateboard because they were like, yo.
Yeah, I think, again, not to keep going back to the video game, but going back to RuneScape, in the game, the way you progress is you just hustle, you gotta click over and over and over and over. Chop the wood, click, chop the wood, take it to your bank, fletch it into some arrows, and then you, or whatever,
Yeah.
make a bow. That's how you develop your skills. I remember just clicking for hours, and I remember succeeding in the game monetarily. Like, I got money and I was doing well in the game, and I remember thinking, this is like, why don't I just fucking do this in real life to become successful?
Yeah.
And then I just applied that to my skating, like, just hustle, just do it over and over and over.
Right.
Yep.
And then it fucking worked. I learned frontside flip, I learned hard flip. I was like, just one trick at a time. And then, yeah, I was like, as long as I just keep clicking, don't give up, it's gonna just keep working.
Word.
You know? And that's was the philosophy I've kept.
Repetition.
Until now.
Repetition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just that.
Over and over again.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how you conquer the trick.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, shout out to the video games.
Yeah.
Because it built like the pre-fundamental, man. It built that foundation. And then you saw, like, I mean, you were able to decipher that correlation and draw that correlation, like, damn, I can apply that here and elsewhere. And then you actually saw it working. So then it's just like, at that point, you're like, okay, let's go. You were skating, and then it was like school, then college. Was it just like right after? Or at what point was it like, the whole YouTube and implementing YouTube, and then like that kind of grind?
I just went to I went straight to CSUN.
Season, yeah.
How I met Marko. Skateboard Pedalo.
Yep.
And I didn't know it. I didn't think. I don't think I had. And I didn't have any confidence in skating at that point. Honestly, I probably felt like too old, even though that's still young. But like, I probably felt too old at that time to pursue skating. So I just went to college.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was just like skating as hard as I could on the side, like just in case, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
See what's up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Abraham, right?
Yeah. I was roommates with Abraham.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, we skated that gap in Santa Clarita at night.
We did,
One
or
night. Yeah, me, you, and Abraham, I think.
oh shit, okay,
I think
yeah.
you're trying like a hard flip.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I remember that. Holy shit.
Yeah, you were skating hard, man.
Yeah, I basically was in love with YouTube at that time too. I was
Yeah.
a big fan of YouTube, like just people making skits and stuff like that. So that's like also what I really wanted to do. But I was just like doing it on the side while going to university.
And when you say like on the side, like at this point, was it just like, let me crank out a video like once a week, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
something like
I had
that?
my laptop in my dorm,
Mhm.
in my apartment at CSUN, and I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna try the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And, see how it goes. Because I tried starting like channels with friends, and it just never worked out. So then I just like bought a tripod.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do my own channel. You know.
And how were like those first, let's just, those first like 10 vids that you dropped or whatever, were they like received? I mean, even if you,
How'd you get your like inspiration for your tricks?
Oh,
Because you did like some like crazy technical tricks.
yeah.
Like for example, like Venice on the butter bench, crooked grind, nollie inward heel flip out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like how did you you did some like like hard tricks.
I think just.
Is it like just trying a trick and then a different trick just comes out of it,
I
or
think just watching just watching
YouTube,
people
like-
do stuff on
yeah.
YouTube, in the same way that kids watch, I guess, Instagram now.
mm-hmm.
Just watching kids on YouTube, or parts on YouTube also too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because sometimes let's say I'm trying a trick and then accidentally I'll do a different trick. And it's like, okay.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh,
that's
word.
how it will like evolve into like a trick,
True.
just
Yeah,
by
just
accident.
messing around. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can do that.
I think at that time I was like obsessed with just trying to
Crazy,
just
yeah.
new stuff.
New stuff,
And
yeah.
I skipped
Creative
over
stuff, right?
And at
You're
that
super
age,
creative.
I skipped over a bunch of
Like-
basics too. I realized
Yeah.
because I was trying to do like the hardest tricks, and I skipped like a bunch of basics, and I remember like playing a game of skate.
Like frontside tail slides, backside tail
Dude,
slides.
yeah, I couldn't do a lot
Yeah.
of shit. Like I remember my friend did like a 5-0 180, and I couldn't do that. Or, like,
Yeah.
fakie 5-0s, like.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up learning all that shit like later, like more recently, like, you know. But I always was interested in doing like crazy, wacky tricks, like forward flip nose grind or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Or like like the crook, or like
All inward.
yeah, on those butt benches, switch 270,
Mm-hmm.
switch tail slide, switch 450.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it challenging, like, as a student and skating? I mean, just because I know, like, the dedication that's involved, right? And
Yeah.
like, it's not characterized as a student athlete, right?
Yeah.
But, like, you're putting time into something, you know, you're finding ways to do it, and then you still have, like, projects and all this stuff.
He was
right?
living with a filmer, right? That's a
Word,
plus.
word.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Honestly, that
Sick
kept-
ass filmer, yeah.
Yeah,
Abraham, yeah.
that
He's
kept
also a
me-
motivator. You know, skateboarding.
Yeah.
Dope.
A filmer is
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
your motivator, your coach,
Right.
whatever. You know, he can be. You know,
Yeah.
a filmer can like push a skater.
That's a good point. I was going
Right,
to back
you know?
because when
Yeah.
I went to university, I kind of like
Mhm.
didn't quit skating, but I was like, all right, I don't think I'm gonna have time to skate anymore. Like I gotta focus on I gotta get my life together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Focus on my studies and like,
Mm-hmm.
and like I didn't know anyone. Like I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna skate. Like I didn't have a car or anything, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll just like put it on the back end for now. And then like, it was a fun run, you know.
Yeah,
skating. It was
Yeah.
a fun phase in my life.
Yeah.
And then I met a skater in a class.
Yeah.
And then he started driving me to Pedlo.
Mhm.
That's how I kept skating. His name was Ethan. And then,
What's
I
up,
met, and then I
Ethan?
met more skaters, and then
Yeah.
I moved in with Abraham, and then like that all kept me
Dope.
motivated to keep skating. The community,
Yeah.
Right.
which is sick.
Community, man.
Community
Shout
is like
out.
the best part of any industry. I think.
Mm-hmm. When my Instagram got hacked, a lot of people reach out.
That's where you
I
realize
got calls,
who your
text
real friends
messages.
were.
Well,
DMs.
the funny thing was, like,
Crazy.
they posted, and it was like,
Big
Picture of Xander.
yeah, Xander. So I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. Yeah, I'm like, is it really? Is it hacked? Because it's a picture
Yeah.
of Xander. Maybe
That's
Yeah.
they're like showcasing,
Well-
like, this guy just got a bunch of crypto, and it's time.
Thank
to
you
ball out.
for reaching out. You know, yeah,
Marko's
texting me.
Instagram
Yeah.
got hacked, unfortunately. Don't click those links.
Yeah, it took me all day to get it
That
back.
sucks. That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It is. Don't
I-
click those links, right?
Yeah,
Because they
I made a
message
mistake. I
every
clicked on the
single-
link. Yep.
It's so annoying. I was like, they message every single person, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I had.
I was skating. I was in the zone. You know, DM came through. I clicked on the link, and that was it. Yeah.
Boom. But you got it back.
I got both accounts back. Yeah.
Back.
The
Okay.
brand and my personal one.
Cool.
Change all the passwords, email,
Social
everything.
needs. Well, all right. So
Okay.
again, YouTube is like still in its infancy stages, and then you're uploading once a week. How was it like receiving
yeah.
feedback? Yeah,
But
because
also
like,
your question you asked before, I forgot. It was like how hard it was and stuff like
Yeah.
that, or dealing both.
yeah.
I forgot. I didn't answer. Sorry, but
Just because I would do all nighters just for like school, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And to skate, and you're putting your body through a lot. And obviously, yeah, we're younger at the time and can do that and drink more energy drink and this and that. But like, you're still gonna. You know,
I think 'cause that-
grind.
at that time, I mean, still, but like at that time, school is so like boring and like no, I mean, you know, it's fucking school. You
Yeah.
know, it sucks. So like it's like work you have to do. By the time you're done with that, I'm like, that makes skating like such a reward.
Right.
And in YouTube, like such a reward. The
Mhm.
work of YouTube and
Yeah.
skating, it's not even work. It's just like, this is what I get to do after I work
Right.
or whatever. So I was like so obsessed, and it's just fun. And so it was easy.
And it was like, yeah, were you,
Not
you,
easy, but it was fun.
it was fun. I mean, you were motivated.
Yeah.
You know, and it was more rewarding
Yeah, yeah.
than just class, which, you know, you're just like, damn, how do I get that grade so I can move on? And it's cool, you know.
So
but, like,
thankfully to this shitty stuff that you don't want to do, it makes all the fun stuff.
yeah. So then you're putting videos up. Were you immediately getting millions of views, or were you like getting like 100 views? And then were you stoked on that? Because I think now a lot of times people were in like a world where everything's such
A lot of people are going to
instant
YouTube now.
gratification, and
Yeah.
like people get like demoralized if
Yeah.
they put up something and then like you know, it's not doesn't get a ton of views or whatever. But it's like, you know, I feel like everyone, like a lot of creators mention like, dude, when I didn't care about the views, and even if like someone looked at it, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Someone else saw it, like, you know. But now it's like,
To be honest, one time, like when I was like, I think I was in high school at this time, but like, I wanted to get my channel going, so like, I fucking auto-clicked one of my videos to like 30,000 views.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
you could do that in
You could do that
because you could do that in RuneScape to again go back to the video game, to
Yeah.
chopping wood.
Yeah.
You could do that, but like there was a chance you could get banned, so I stopped doing that in the game.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
But then on YouTube it was like a new thing,
Yeah.
so like people didn't. So like it wasn't even an auto click. Like I had found like the handicap setting on my computer that
Mhm.
auto clicks for you every couple of seconds. You just keep the
Mhm.
mouse there. So I just did it on one of my YouTube videos.
Word.
I did it for like a fucking week or something. I
Yeah.
got to 30,000 views. I was like,
Wow.
damn.
So you forced
and that,
viral.
and that gave the video more traction too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You forced viral.
I
That's
did.
that's early stage hack, growth hack, forcing viral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris Chann.
Yeah, and it felt fucking good at that time. I was like, hell yeah, I got this false confidence. When I started, it was received well. It wasn't like huge, but I got like, I remember getting like 1 subscriber a day, and like that was like sick for me.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck yeah, I got another subscriber.
Mhm.
Like, I remember a video getting like 500 views, and then I was
Word.
like super hyped. I was like, damn, this is
Yeah.
like doing pretty good for the beginning.
Yeah.
How long were your videos?
When I started, very short.
Just like a few minutes?
I just posted like a
Yeah.
clip.
Oh, just one clip?
Yeah, just to start
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember I got my first like
Mhm.
iPhone 4, and that opened the gate for me.
Yeah.
To like, I filmed the
'Cause-
Abraham. That was one of my first videos actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, doing a switch big spin or something.
Because right now it seems like YouTube Shorts is where it's at, right? Like short,
Oh yeah, I mean it's
short
everything.
clips,
Short form content.
Shorts,
you know,
Reels,
vertical, yeah,
TikTok.
Reels,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then there's
So-
also that horizontal is still
So
popping for
Still strong,
Yeah, still strong.
when we're filming in the streets, it's like vertical for social, horizontal for the video part.
Yeah.
You know,
What's
Right.
next?
If a trick is hard, it goes horizontal, and if it's, you know, not as good trick, goes vertical, right?
So you were just
You know,
That's
separated tricks like
were you
that.
just posting skate content though, or were you starting to like infuse lifestyle?
When I started, it was skating, and then I remember taking that leap.
Hmm.
I remember I was like super nervous because I always wanted to do YouTube. That was like the ultimate goal. But I also loved skating, so I started with that. But I remember like being nervous to like I did a video with some skating and I introduced some personality, and I was like
Yeah.
super nervous. I was like, I don't know how people are gonna receive it.
Right.
And it was cool. People were really nice and cool. I was like, oh shit, all right.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did one with the only personality, like a non-skating video, just talking or something. And it was like great. I was like, fuck yeah, this is cool. This is,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then you just kept posting, and then you started getting some more traction. And at what point were you like, oh snap, it's monetized now, and like, oh my gosh, I gotta check.
I remember I had an email connected to my account,
Mm-hmm.
and I was making videos for about a year now or something. And I just never checked that email. It was like a Yahoo email, all
Yeah.
my spam emails. And I looked at it, and then I had all these brands reaching out that I never saw. It was like 100 brand deals. I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All this money I've
Yeah.
already
Yeah, yeah,
opportunities.
Yeah.
And then I just looked at the best, and I chose there was one I was like, I think it was Verizon, and I chose it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I fucking and
Yeah.
it was a sick deal. It was like for one of their like drones or something. I was like, this is so cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were still like monetizing off views, right?
Yeah.
And then at this,
That took a while. I remember I was posting for a while, and
Yeah.
like, it was nothing for like months, I think, and then I saw my first. I remember it was 27 cents, and I was like freaked out.
yeah,
I
you're
felt
like,
like I made something from nothing, like me, because at that time
Mhm.
making money online was like,
Unheard of.
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, or like I was just like, holy shit, like there's hope in life.
Yeah.
look at that, man. The hype off 27 cents.
Because it's something you love, so
Yeah.
it hits like different,
Right.
you know.
Facts. Now you're putting out
Making
videos, you're
content.
making money.
Yeah.
You're continuing to just get creative. You're feeling very comfortable, right, in front of this camera and uploading, and you up the schedule. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Sometimes it's,
Yeah.
it's like a muscle. You gotta like, you know, go like work out. You don't work out for a while. It's like you feel like, oh shit, I'm fucking camera shy. I forgot.
Word.
It's a month of not filming. You know?
Word. How'd you deal with because me being a deck collector, yeah, a lot of people can relate to nostalgia and collecting. But like, let's be honest, because my name's FlippinBoards, I buy, sell, and trade, boards, and I collect them.
Yeah.
But I get hit with some negativity. People, oh, you're reselling, you're this, you're that. So like,
Yeah, how do you
being
deal
on
with
every
industry?
industry? Yeah, every industry. It's like, dang,
You
man.
just-
It's like, you guys don't go stand outside of Whole Foods because they're selling avocados for like $7 each, man.
Yeah.
But then down the street, they're only $3.
That's funny for me to hear because you're just buying boards. It's like sounds like the most like innocent thing. It's like it still gets
Like,
like,
dang, man. I'm helping them.
But that idea that like every industry or like, I don't know, it's normal. It's part of,
Yeah.
if everything was like perfectly positive, it'd probably be boring anyways.
Word. So you were even looking at that, like, oh, I got some trolls, or I got some negative comments, but it's like, that's just part of it. That's
Yeah,
the end of the day.
I mean,
still
I'm
do
not
it.
invincible, I'm not perfect, I still get affected, of course.
Yeah.
You know, like, some people wear the shirt that says I love haters, but I fucking don't like haters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's normal, you know.
Word.
It's normal, and I saw some video a long time ago that helped me, and it was like, people are talking shit about you, it's none of your business.
Word.
What's your next? Are you working on any projects? Any video projects?
Yeah, I just
No.
filmed some
Yeah.
a project in Mexico with,
Yeah.
with Rudy.
With Rudy,
I
yeah.
got some videos coming out with my parents. So it's like their first time.
Horizontal, vertical,
Horizontal.
horizontal,
Yeah.
Diagonal.
Yeah.
We're starting a new
Diagonal.
You don't do
Yeah,
shorts,
no.
no? I don't think
no.
so. No, right?
Probably should though. Shit,
Yeah.
I'm doing my job right.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard.
You do
like,
shorts,
so
right?
many-
Dad?
I do shorts,
Yeah.
but I kind of feel like I'm a shorts channel now. So it's weird, like algorithmically, it's
The
like
horizontal
you
doesn't
get
do that well, right?
pushed into like a certain
Yeah.
thing, and like if you have your own brand and you're selling
Like-
products, then maybe like
Yeah.
you know the shorts are cool. But then horizontal
It's like a different algorithm.
and audience, right? If someone's
Yeah.
willing to watch, like you drop a 23-minute video, someone's willing to watch those 23 minutes.
So
That's a lot of invested time, you know.
Yeah.
Which means like that's someone that is probably like a diehard, you know, supporter.
Yeah, it's
And
not
so-
someone just scrolling through the algorithm.
Fact. Let's talk about that. The first million views, and then you're like, dang, like, because I feel like that changes. And when you did it, which was probably what, like 10 years ago or so, like that was a kind of like a golden era of YouTube, because
Yeah.
people were like,
Mhm.
getting-
At that time, like skating lived on YouTube, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Because now it lives on Instagram.
Seems like
Mm.
if Thrasher doesn't, if you're not posted on Thrasher or, in the magazine or the website, then your other choice is Instagram and YouTube.
That's 99.9% of the
Right?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's where it's at.
So like your style is very unique, right? And even your content is unique.
Oh,
like it's,
yeah.
I think your content really has an artistic
Tricks.
element to it, right?
Mhm.
Like a very artistic element. Because me,
Autistic.
no, not
Yeah.
autistic, artistic element to it. Because me watching again
Yeah.
as like a spectator,
Yeah.
when I would watch his content, I'm like, dang, there's some dope little twist to it. Like the last second he's he switched it, do this, and it's like, I like that. And then and almost like when I go into it, it's like, dang, he's gonna blow my mind. How is he gonna do it now? Or like even the video of you, I think it was, I don't know how you do those time lapse videos. I don't know. Do you really stand there for X amount of hours or something? I don't know how you do it. How does that?
That's cool to hear, because sometimes I don't know if people actually appreciate those parts of the videos,
Yeah.
like, am I just doing this for nothing, or,
Two,
like just stuff like that, like you said.
I was
That's
just
cool.
wondering, like, at the sand gaps, how'd you do the power slide and you slid between the curves? It's like the opening is like so narrow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like did that took you a while, or like you power slid through the curves? That was like
I got lucky. I did
crazy timing,
I did
like
it
right?
I did it fast, but I
Oh.
kept hitting
the curve.
and it wasn't rolling away.
Yeah,
To get a smooth one, it took a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, it took a little while.
yeah. That was sick.
But thank you for noticing
Yeah.
that one too. I was hyped on that. Like for years, I was looking at doing that, but I just procrastinated
Mhm.
and never did. And then one day we were there. I was like, oh shit, yeah, there's that trick I was thinking about for years.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not even a trick, but I would just try it all the time, like not filming,
Mhm.
as like a fun thing.
Because I think you kind of are one of the first to break that. Well, not break it, but introduce through the YouTube platform the whole, again, the lifestyle of like, it's like skate, but then there's like, the art aspect, and then like even the fashion aspect too, right? And little things
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I don't know,
You
it's
into
like,
fashion, right?
Not all the time, but sometimes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of skaters now are like, right, into fashion, modeling. Yeah,
and it's like whether they're in,
Skate.
I mean, it's just like opportunities, right?
Yeah.
That are maybe like recognized now, like, oh damn, like
mm-hmm.
you can get the sponsors and then you can do this too, and then like have that opportunity. So I know there's always that fine dance, right, between like be viewed as like a sellout or anything like that, but then like still want to express yourself, and then still having to do things because we all have bills to pay as well, and things to do, you know?
That's the dilemma of like that's the, what do you call it, like the artist business dilemma. That is like a question that a lot of people face. Well, I mean, yeah, me all the time, like, oh, is it worth the money or whatever?
I mean,
Because it's fine
dude,
line.
if you're writing for any board, like, you know, you can be a sellout, you know? Like, you can be a sellout
Yeah,
for
it's-
like anything, you know?
the subjective
I-
sellout.
Exactly. It all
Yeah.
depends where you're coming from.
Where
Cause
do you,
like,
where do you draw
you
your
know,
line?
Cause
Yeah.
yeah, cause okay, check this
Like-
out. You wrote for Hard Supply, right? And
Yep.
those boards, you know, were also in Target, being sold at Target.
Yep.
Which
they
you
want
can look at
Target.
it in two different ways. Like, I can look at it as, like, damn, like, they're expanding, like there's some innovation or like trying to get into new marketing and just get more eyes on skateboarding through a different lens. Not necessarily, it might not necessarily be like the core person walking by and seeing that,
Dude,
but
Edney's is in Walmart.
see,
You know what I'm saying?
dude,
Yeah.
but like Dark Star
Yeah.
was in
Was
Walmart,
in
and then
Walmart.
like I
So-
collect older Dark Star boards. Remember from
Yeah.
like early 2000s
Love
when it's
Yeah.
like freaking Chet
Do they
Thomas,
sell?
Guy Camp,
They
and all
probably
these
sell, right?
dudes.
Like the old ones?
Bro, they're rare,
Yeah.
they're dope, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's hard. Like that's like golden era. But then I'll have some like new school skaters or like younger generation. They're like, "What are you doing with those Walmart boards?" You know, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Bro, you don't even know." So like,
To go back to your question though,
Yeah.
that's a good question.
Mhm.
I just think it's really subjective, and I think some people have the heart to really not give a fuck what some people think, and some people care what other people think.
Mhm.
I have a hard time like shutting that part of my brain off, where like I don't care what other people think.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I do. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, I turned down a lot of stuff that I kind of wanted to do, like wanted to make money off
Yeah.
of, but I didn't do. And but I've also done a lot of things that other people would consider like whack or whatever. Even like YouTube people were thinking
Mhm,
that was
mhm.
whack. But I loved the YouTube so much, so to me it was just like cool. So
Right.
like that you couldn't change my mind. You know?
right,
You know, it's like if someone tells you like, oh, like saying I love you to your parents is like whack.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be like, no, I love my parents. It's,
Right.
it's not gonna change your mind. So, you know, it depends how much you love the thing or whatever, and how much you care or how much you don't care. But I don't know. It's pretty subjective, and there's gonna be a lot of shit talking out there, anyways.
regardless. Yeah,
Yeah.
regardless.
We have something.
Going straight to Walmart.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the story?
Honestly-
I'm holding this.
Want to give him one? Want to give him one? Want to grab the?
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a sword.
Yeah. What's the? We take them out of the bag.
Yeah, take them out of that.
Yeah.
You have the light reflection.
Take them out of the bag.
Whoa, this is my first time touching the actual.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the story behind the graphics?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really have a crazy plan. I've been like buying boards from you, like you. Like,
Yeah.
Marco's been helping me out a lot, and like
Mhm.
they make boards, and I always just wanted to skate a graphic that I personally like
Mhm,
myself.
mhm.
Obviously, I've always been into like the fucking medieval era and all the
Mhm.
video games I played, RuneScape and all the
Yeah.
fantasy and stuff.
Good
like that.
game. See, it all comes full circle, man. You
Yeah.
talked
So
also
this-
for the
that's
game.
that's a
I knew
sword.
that.
And,
Yeah.
and this is.
I collabed with an artist that I met. I think he's from Australia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
So
just gave him
lady.
some ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the home girl. She's got a big
Pretty
ass
badass.
double-handed sword.
Yeah.
Double-handed sword.
Yeah. So this one is black and white, 2-color print, and that one is a foil, silver foil, right?
Does it look like a real sword?
And then
It does, dude.
we put over the see-through laminate,
Boom.
and the foil shows through.
Can I see that? Can I hold one? Knight me really quick. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is dope because like for
Mm-hmm.
me, just like naked eye, first time seeing it as a collector, what
Okay.
stokes me out. Number one is the nostalgia part, right? Now there's backstory. We know like just played games and like boom, you literally like that's what I was talking about. I was like, hey, use
Yeah,
that.
it's nothing really deep or anything. It's just
Right, but-
shit I'd like.
Yeah, it's a nostalgia thing though. But then like the detail. What do you call this, Marco? Like it has like
Halftone.
halftone?
It's a black halftone over the foil.
Fire, dude.
That's how you get the detail.
It's very scientific.
And this one, it's the same black, just a different foil, gold foil underneath it.
Sheesh.
So is this
It's
like a normal black or like a shiny black? It looks kind of shiny.
Right.
So normal black is shiny black, and the special black
That's game
is the
strict.
matte black, the one that doesn't shine.
Oh, really?
And it's called matte. Yeah, it's a little bit more, and it's the one. Yeah,
Cool.
it's a different kind of ink, but normally the shiny one is the normal one.
Since I'm like buying boards from you guys,
Mhm.
anyways, I just like to skate graphics that I like because it makes
Yeah.
When you're skating a graphic you like, you kind of like skate better.
That's right. Yeah.
Even though it's a same fucking wood or whatever. Like,
Well, I mean, if you feel better, you perform better, right? You skate better.
it's kind of same thing.
Right?
Same thing with
Yeah.
clothes too. Like you're wearing clothes you like.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yep.
So these are
Yeah.
the player exclusives. So one thing that we're going to talk about on this podcast as well, people don't know that, Marko. Maybe you could tell them about like your
Yeah,
background. 'Cause,
so-
like, thanks for making it. It's like, what? Marko's
Yeah,
a
we made
wizard
these
too?
boards. We made them in the back of the shop. We specialized in graphics, foil, holographics, different
You name it.
type of inks.
How many years
And
you
we
been doing
do-
it?
30 years.
Dang.
30
really?
years of
Well, not making, but like I've been doing
In production.
skateboarding products 30 years. Yeah.
What year did you start sugar?
I came to US in 1995.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, yep.
So
30 years
Sugar's
ago.
going to be 30 years this
Yep.
year?
Yep. 30 years making a video,
Yeah.
full length video, horizontal format.
Yeah.
Not vertical.
Yeah,
Yep.
OG, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
So
have
we've been
videos.
we've been filming. We've been it's a struggle, but like we've been stacking clips
Get that guest.
In the
Yeah.
streets, man.
in the streets on the weekends. Yep. Exactly.
You get that guest trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
On my scooter. I'm just kidding.
Well, stay tuned. How about that? Stay tuned, man. There might be an opportunity to get knighted, to get one of these swords, to get one of these graphics. You know
Signed.
what I'm saying?
I love them, dude. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
I can't wait to skate.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And another
And
thing
you,
is like,
you need to set up a new board anyway, right?
yeah, so like,
Yeah.
and I've been switching a lot of boards,
Yeah.
and to stick to one shape is like,
It's important.
it's
Right? You don't have to get used to it, right?
Dude, yeah.
What do you like about the concave? You like medium,
Honestly, I
mellow, or deep?
don't really know what I like, but I think
This is medium.
medium. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I like medium.
You like that?
Definitely
Yeah.
not flat.
Mm.
Definitely not flat. This looks good.
Yeah, like a lot of like manual skaters, right? They prefer flatter boards. I
Oh,
think.
really?
Yeah, manual skaters. How do you prep yourself for skateboarding? You know, like you stretch, you go to the gym, are you on a diet, or
I'm trying to do all
What do
of
you-
it.
yeah.
And it's all off and on. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been good at like keeping. Honestly, the stretching
Like,
I've been pretty good with.
You've been stretching? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I do.
same here, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been stretching.
When I don't
Like,
stretch, I can feel it. It's like harder to warm up.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dude, if I don't stretch, like I slammed the other day so hard, like on a basic trick, frontside
Yeah.
5-0, and that day
Yeah.
didn't stretch,
yeah.
and I missed the 5-0, and I hit my head
Oh shit.
at the skate park. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I didn't stretch that day.
But the fact that you're still going
Yeah.
hard, like,
Mhm.
you know?
20 to 30 minutes every day, every morning, just top to bottom,
yeah.
like
I do this one.
just
I'll put my leg
Oh,
in there.
that one? Yep,
Stretches like the butt kind of muscle.
yep, that's a
Yeah.
good one. Mhm.
But I do it on the floor, not on the
Yeah.
stage,
I
right?
think
Yeah.
that opens up the hips too.
Do you do anything with the elastic bands?
When I fuck my ankles, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's what like heals the ankles the fastest for me. Is
Yeah.
standing
I do those for my ankles.
Standing on a pillow, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to like balance.
Yeah, I want to ask Chris if he has any questions for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a random question. It's like a person. It's like probably no one. Or I don't know.
It might be the greatest question
Are there other skaters from Slovenia that you know out here? That
From
moved out
Slovenia
here?
that's out here?
Yeah, that you know that like moved out here also.
Skaters? No. It's a really small country,
Mhm.
you know? Yeah. I think I'm the only one that's out here.
Yeah.
Representing, yeah.
I remember
yeah.
I went out to Slovenia. And I
Luka
texted-
Doncic, yeah, you went out there, right?
I
Yeah.
texted you. I was like,
Yeah.
yo. I mean, you texted me like some of the spots. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like I loved it out there. It was so.
It was cool, huh? Yeah, you skated some cool spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the bank to wall thing.
Uh-huh. So, saying all of that, what are some of the coolest, most interested places that you ever skated or traveled to? You've been all over the place.
Barcelona, man.
Barcelona, yeah, you like Barcelona?
That's,
Yeah.
That's a tough one to top.
A lot of people
Yeah.
say that actually. A lot of skaters are like, they love Barcelona.
Because you don't have to drive, you just hop on on a train and right.
I love that so much.
Yeah, but like Barcelona's been pretty hard to skate, right? The last few years.
Not hard compared to here.
Yeah. So here's like it's hard.
It's impossible.
Like
I mean,
almost impossible.
but I mean, if you hear people from other places, they're like us
Yeah.
saying that here sounds so spoiled.
Japan.
It was hard.
Tokyo?
That's actually hard to skate.
That's really
for
hard
me.
to
It was
skate,
hard.
yeah.
I mean, you can do it. Yeah, I just was
It's-
like waking up too late every day. And the skate park closed at 4. I wake up at like 2 p.m. So
Yeah.
get there at 3:30 and have a half-hour skate. But
Mhm.
and then, yeah, I remember being at. I was like at a flat ground spot at like midnight.
Dude, you
At,
get
like,
kicked out.
at 1 a.m. I
Yeah.
got kicked out. I was like, damn. And it was like dark too. Like I was skating at a spot with like just like a little lamp with one of my friends. It was like empty.
We
But I'm
we
sure
got
you just have
kicked out.
to.
I just hit the tail on my board. I just hit the tail and it made a noise. I didn't skate.
like
And
that.
security already came.
Yeah.
Spots are
They're
so
on it.
sick.
So hard to skate. Yeah.
Spots
Yeah, the
are,
spots are
are,
amazing.
are really good if you can like maneuver. You know, there's
You just
ways,
have to do
there's
it,
ways to
like
do it.
first try.
You just have to learn. You know, you gotta
Yeah.
learn the ways. It's like, you know, like in
Mhm.
Dune, they gotta
Yeah.
learn the desert. Are there any
So-
Yu-Gi-Oh boards? Because you mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh earlier.
Yeah, there are some. I know Madrid came out with a few maybe a couple years ago, but like in my opinion, not as many as they needs to be.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, bro, that's the
Bro,
way.
collect all the
And
5.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, that just happened.
No.
Bear Walker put them out, and it's funny. I actually was the first person to collect all 5 pieces.
What? That's
Yeah.
funny. What?
Yeah,
It's funny I asked that.
I made a video. When you said, I was like, wait, I just collected all 5.
So you're
Like,
powerful now.
yeah, man. I summoned
sick.
them.
I want to. Do you have like a picture of all your board, like 3,000 boards? I don't even know what 3,000 boards looks like.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
'Cause this is
It's-
like
it looks like this time.
This is a couple hundred. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, deck collecting is a thing, man, but I really started with like 20 boards and then and again, like, I don't know, this wasn't never my intention, but it was like, okay, I started with like, oh, I love Dragon Ball Z, and Primitive had some DBZ
Mhm.
boards, and it was like, okay, cool, but then Hookups had like the nostalgic boards that, oh my god, Hookups. I couldn't get that as a kid. And then I started putting stuff on YouTube, and then it was like someone saw the boards. I need that. I'll offer you this much. I'm like, well, if you're gonna offer me that much, fine. And then made another video. So, but 3,000 boards just looks like a warehouse.
Yeah.
It's a warehouse.
You know, which was like
Yeah.
even me. I'm like, man, you want to see the boards on the wall because it's art. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's
Mhm.
art.
You
You
don't have so much wall space.
Right. So I have my playoffs that like every few months I'm like, all right, only 25 of you are going on the
I
wall.
don't know why I switched my.
Who will it be? Yeah, the
Mhm.
roster. It's like, okay, sick. So, yeah, but this is definitely something that
This is collector's
got that
board.
appeal, man.
I have a collection.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have like 5 boards.
Oh, what? Yeah, what kind?
One of them is one of my best friend's first pro models. Seva's first pro.
Seva?
model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it from
Line.
Line? That was
Mhm.
Another one is one of.
Wait,
his-
which graphic is it?
It's an elephant on the tightrope.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, which is so cool because
Yeah.
like Seva's like this big dude and he does like
Mhm.
manuals. It's just funny. Like I don't know, it's not funny, but it's like the graphic makes sense.
That's cool.
And then I have a Star Wars one,
Okay.
Darth Vader. I think.
Word.
Santa Cruz?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just thought
Sick.
that was like super sick, and then
Yeah, it's one of the first collabs.
and then
Yeah.
a cliche. I kept one of the cliches when they were saying
cliche,
the
yeah.
words.
You're writing for the cliche, right? For a little bit, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one is it?
I think it's a flow mirta.
Oh, yeah.
and it's like
The guy's sick.
Okay,
Sick
yeah.
ass skater.
I love him,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
One of his boards.
Technical skater.
God, I love the cliche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cliche.
Rest in peace.
So that's what, 3 so far?
Oh, one of them I think is like a mirror board that I made. I made it out of like some material.
Yes,
And
yes.
dude, I was trying to get those made for so long.
Mirror,
Yeah,
yep.
it's just like so hard. We tried.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
We
yeah.
tried, we couldn't make it.
Tried.
Not the way you wanted it.
And maybe someday in the future the
Yeah.
technology will be there, but
So what's the concept?
I'm trying to get
True
the
mirror.
It's like literally a
when you like, it's
Yeah.
not a
but
foil.
it's skatable.
Yeah.
It's not a
Oh
foil,
no, it's
yeah.
a mirror.
and no
It's
one
a
has
mirror.
done it right. Oh, there's been like mirror boards like that made out of a real mirror, but not like a skatable.
Yeah. Like I said, the only way that I think it could be made, that mirror material is pressed in the board
Right.
with the other layers.
Which
you know?
messes it up though.
I know you would have to put like some kind of a protective layer,
Uh-huh.
because I don't think it can be printed.
Okay.
At least not
Could that
with
break
this
your
type of
machine or
graphics.
something?
I don't think so, because the machine stops a certain point,
Okay.
and it's just the rubber,
Okay.
you know. But I think that
This
the
is
mirror,
cool.
the way you wanted it, it has to be
This
pressed.
innovation though. This
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
This is
It
how
would be
like,
sick.
for skateboarding, you know, and debt collecting and just making things.
We
like,
try. We
I'll
try.
make sure you got one.
Thank you, man. The
Yeah.
mirror
Yeah.
sounds. Didn't you? I feel like you put out a piece of content though, and you were like holding the mirror board or something.
It was just a skate video, I was skating it.
Yeah.
And I wanted,
Mhm.
I wanted to, make them and sell them maybe, but couldn't figure it out. So
Mhm.
someone else might have
Yeah.
to. No, we'll do it.
No, you do it.
Yeah,
I'm like, hold on now.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm like, no. This is
Yeah.
that's the world. Like, there's always these wild ideas.
I'll just make them by hand for
board.
now, and then
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
Is there any board that like really? I mean, I know you mentioned World Industries, so like, is there a specific board that like reminds you of your childhood, even if you didn't own it? You know, because
Definitely.
like you walked in the shop, and you're like, damn, there's that board, or like
Definitely.
even the board that like, damn, everyone has that board, or
There was the one that I was so happy to get when I got it was like it was like a light blue Plan B like classic
sick.
deck, but I just remember there was a video of Alex skating it on a Hawaii trip or something, and I was like, oh my god, I want that board, and I found it.
Yeah, that's a good feeling though, right? When you get that board,
such a good feeling.
it's the best feeling.
Yeah, it's like Mike when he gets the shoes.
Yes.
Oh, when that flashboard came out, I really liked that. When they did the superhero series.
Yeah. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when that came
Is
out.
that DC?
Yeah.
You know what's
Comics?
weird is that
Yeah.
like now I feel like I wouldn't be as into that, but I wasn't even that young. But like at that age, whenever that came out 10 years ago.
Yeah,
we
like
were
2014, 2015, and I think that was the Willow board.
Yeah,
Flash. Yeah.
Shit, yeah. I was so hyped on that board, like on that series,
Mm-hmm.
and I got that board and I skated it and everything. I think I did a video on it too. And I remember hearing like maybe 6 years later, 7 years later, or something like people saying like, "Oh, like that was like their wackest." Someone saying like people were saying that
Mhm.
they didn't like that because it was
Yeah.
like a kiddie thing or whatever. And I remember thinking like, "Whoa, that's crazy that like at that age." I just didn't know, and it was just so cool to me.
Right.
But that people were
Right.
hating on it.
Yeah.
That's just such an interesting
The
concept.
world
to
of
me.
graphics. Yeah.
You
it's
know,
like
like-
people love it. Some people to this day are like,
Yeah.
a superhero should not be on skateboards.
Oh, yeah?
But then you have people who are
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm all about that.
Yeah, which I get because now I don't care for it, but at that age I loved it.
Yeah.
It was like
You're
so
that's
cool. to me,
Fire.
you know?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is like it's not over yet.
Mhm.
Like in X
all
amount of
these
with graphics, yeah, it's
some.
like a time thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that board, you know, in 5 years, people are like, damn, we need those and like miss those, and those are like straight up collector's items. And obviously,
Yeah.
like I don't even think Almost is around anymore,
Yeah, I don't think so.
so it's rare now.
But I just
Those
remember
all
being,
like collectors
I just remember
Yeah.
being surprised when I heard like, oh, people didn't like that.
Yeah.
I thought everyone loved it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
what?
So you got
And
a
it's
part?
dope.
You got some stuff coming out?
Yeah,
Mexico
trying to-
projects?
Try and
With Rudy
yeah,
Garcia.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the content.
Mhm.
Word.
Yeah, Rudy's sick.
Trying to keep it going.
Salute to you, man, because like 10 plus years putting out like content, YouTube, like seeing all the
So
phases and like
Well,
eras
that's
and
for sure,
like,
yeah.
and
That's
like
right.
continuing to still do it, man. Shout out to
are you gonna set up one of these?
Definitely.
Yeah?
I have to. Yeah.
You have to. You need a new. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta.
Which one are you gonna go with?
Shit, that's a good
What do you
question.
He's like,
thinking?
no, I'm just a collector now.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna go with that one because
The
I like-
lady?
but because I like the sword one more.
Oh yeah.
I see what you see out
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Hey, there it is. Wallride exclusives, man. You're tuning in. Dez, aka FlippinBoards, Marko, and Chris Chann, man. Thanks for stopping
Thanks,
by,
Chris.
man.
You guys.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
Yeah.
everyone out there, stay fly. Wallride exclusives.
Yeah.